Ladies and gentlemen, recovering emo kids, my name is Robb Laffoon, and this is Emo Kids Anonymous. Unfortunately, my co-host Amanda could not be here today. However, Amanda, you are here in spirit in the form of this Patrick Stump Funko Pop. All right, now my next guest has won 15 major championships, is #1 in all-time wins on the PGA Tour, and never mind, my guest today is an emo band that has been taking the internet and the world by storm, based out of New York, Tiger Wood. Tiger Wood, what you're asking? Tiger Wood started an emo band. This band formed in the last year, it appears. We're going to find out a lot more about them. Their first EP came out in June. Every single song they dropped has been absolute fucking bananas rockin' shit. It's ripping. Now, that being said, before we get to the interview, let's handle a little business, okay? Need you to do us a favor, subscribe, like, follow us. We got new interviews and stuff coming out all the time, a ton of shit. Follow us on social media at Emo Kids Anonymous. You can find it all down there. Follow me and Amanda specifically, individually, if you'd like. That would be awesome, okay? It means a lot. It means a lot, okay? Your support keeps us going. I wrote some cool articles over at neverphasenetwork.com. The Freshman 15 and the Emo All-Stars. These are like my, bands of the year, bands of the future kind of thing. It would mean a lot if you go check those out at neverphasenetwork.com. Go check out the podcast we have on neverphasenetwork.com as well, besides my show, Stereotherapy, Ska Mailman podcast, and recently added to the repertoire, the Imperfect Dads podcast. We also have, socials over there, Never Phase Network, at Never Phase Network on everything. But join our Discord. The link's down there. It's a lot of fun. Discord isn't just for furries, freaks, and perverts and kinksters like I thought it was. It's actually a pretty good time. It mean a lot to go check it out. Not mean a lot to me, mean a lot to you, because you'll probably find some cool friends on there. It's a good time. I was hesitant. I was apprehensive. I was wrong, okay? Now, before we get to the interview, I got one last piece of business to get to that's real important to me. Now, that's, fellas, listen to me. I need you to come in real close. Did you know that 1 in 3 men just completely fucking avoid their face routine? I do. I'm one of them. Honestly, I think that number's bullshit. I think it's higher. I think a lot of us lie. They probably got these numbers off of fucking Tinder or Bumble or Grindr, one of those things where fellas are just lying to the ladies and saying they do it. Like, most guys ain't doing that. I don't know if it's because we're lazy or we just don't care or what it is, but look, I ain't looking as young as I used to, but I want to, okay? I'm not trying to get old. I'm not trying to look like a catcher's mitt. My dad looks like a catcher's mitt. I'm trying to stay young and hot, relatively speaking, okay? So really, you begin to ask yourself, what do I do here? Well, we have a solution for you, because our friends at Brodager have helped us out. Now, when you go over to Brodager and you enter the code EMOKIDS, you get your first bottle of Brodager for $10. But what is Brodager? Brodager is good boy protection. It's an all-in-one face cream that takes care of all that shit, anti-aging, gets you looking good, gets you looking fresh, okay? You can take your face from looking fucked to looking fresh. Get your face from fucked to fresh. That's what they say, okay? Again, Brodager. Brodager.com. Founded by, Gabe Saporta, I'm sure you're familiar with him. You trust Gabe, right? Look at that guy. He's fucking gorgeous. One of the best looking guys on the planet, And that doesn't just fucking happen. I'm sure it's from Brodager, okay? So go get yours today. $10. After hearing this, you're going to get bombarded probably. Your algorithm, your phone's going to pick it up. You're going to get all these ads for these, $200 face serums and stuff like that. $10. Nothing's $10 today, but Brodager is. So go get yours today, Emo Kids at checkout. Now, with that being said, here's my conversation with Tiger Wood.
Hey.
What? There we go. Sick.
Yeah, let me tilt this down a little. Is this going to be our frame, this like square kind of frame?
So it's square on here, but on the actually shit, yeah, because there's two. Yeah, it'll be like square like this on the
That's
episode.
fine. We'll just back up our camera and we'll all get in frame.
Yeah. This is usually like a cool little
we...
psychological test for bands where they have to like you start doing lap sits and stuff like that.
All right, cool. Let's see. Let's move this way. We could probably do a lap sit if we had to. Let's see what we got here.
There we go.
It's far.
That's nice. Where are you guys at?
We're in Port Chester, New York.
It's better. We can switch.
That's the western part of New York?
No, it's right outside of the city.
Yeah. Right north of New York City.
Oh shit! So you guys are like almost like a city band.
Yeah, Jules lives in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
3 of us live just outside in the burbs.
Okay. Okay, so let's do like a roll call here. Who's who?
Will,
Will.
Jules,
Zach,
Clyde.
And we are Tiger Wood.
And we are Tiger Wood.
Emo Kids Anonymous. Like that felt like a Kiss FM like radio bumper. That was awesome. Cool. So
that was.
you guys have actually right away just first off, Caitlin says hi, and Fourth Wave Cast says hi as well. You guys are very highly requested. Literally 30 minutes ago, like 30 minutes before in our NapNet in our Discord, one of our mods, like who just joined in, who's someone that Fourth Wave Cast is their name on TikTok. Cast is his name, and he started following me recently. I was like, oh, this guy's super cool, this and that. And he's like, do you guys only have like established bands on the show? This, I'm like, no, like if one of us fucking likes you, we bring you on. He's like, you gotta check out Tiger Wood. I'm like, LMAO. I'm like, those motherfuckers are gonna be on here in like 30 minutes. Bro.
Oh, that's sick.
I was like,
I just saw his comment on TikTok. I just responded. I was like, literally 1 minute we're gonna be on. So
yeah, no, so funny. So I first hear you guys in June. Me and Kate would do this thing. It's like Midnight Music Mania, where it's like we just throw it on YouTube videos, and it was Crash the Matrix, and I assumed you guys were some band that was established or this, that I just wasn't hip to or something like that. And this is like, would it have been early June, maybe late May when the single came out? Maybe,
yeah.
And yeah, at this point there was like 20 something views on there. I'm like, who the fuck is this kind of thing? So what is this story here? Because you guys have had a really good year. When did this start?
Yeah, thank you so much. I mean, Zach moved into this house probably 3 years ago, and we would just jam a bunch. And we always had like the name Tiger Wood as like our joke band. And eventually one of our friends was like, you should play a show at he books at a venue in the city called Arlene's Grocery.
Okay.
And we were like, all right, let's do it. We called Jules, who was a friend from college. We both went to SUNY Purchase, shout out. And Clyde, our other roommate, we're like, let's have Clyde play bass. So we kind of got together for that show. That was in August of 2024. And it was just super fun. We just had like a batch of songs to play. And we're like, why don't we just keep doing it? And then after that, we started throwing shows at our house. Literally in the room right over there, we throw our own shows. And yeah, eventually we're like, we're going to put out music. And that's what we did in May and June this year. We put out our first few songs.
People, I think we played that first show and people responded really well to it. And we were like, oh shit. Like,
and everyone's like, where's the music? Where can I listen? You're like, oh.
Yeah, we were like, is this cool? Should we do this? And so we decided to like actually take it kind of seriously now. And
that's such a cool way to do it. And it's so funny because like my first impression of you guys at first, as someone who found you on, online, and you make very good videos and very good content. I'm like, oh, this is like like this term is not a derogatory term. I feel like some people hear it as that, but like anyone in the know or in the industry knows it's not. But like a TikTok band or something like that. I'm like, oh, cool, like social, like, oh, really, really cool. Usually these bands are more pop punky. Like this fucking rips. I this or that, and it's like, oh, there's actually like kind of like a reverse story. I hear a lot of bands where they start, oh, like we started, recording and demoing stuff and then started making videos. And finally we got to start playing shows. You guys really went like the opposite way. That's cool.
Yeah, it was nice to like play shows for a year before we released anything to kind of see how we play together, to see what we wanted to record, to see what direction we wanted to go in. I think ultimately we landed on like emo, Midwest emo, because it was just fucking fun to play. Like so fun to play live. Our like heavier songs were like, basically how we landed on it.
Did you guys go through a little phase there at the beginning where maybe before these chunks of songs came out, there was a good run of other ones in different genres and stuff like that, like just kind of accidentally experimenting?
I feel like we're still experimenting a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, Will, definitely, like, I didn't come from a Midwest emo background at all. Like, I was way more, my solo project was like super singer-songwriter, indie, like even like jazz stuff. Like I've always played with jazz players. So yeah, this was like a new kind of beginning for me. And I feel like I'm always trying to pull that side of me back and lean more into like the angst. Like this is the first time I'm like ever screaming in songs, and I just remember being like,
Feels kind of nice,
I
huh?
fucking love this. Yeah, I was like, this is so fucking cool.
You're like, I can take what I learned from the jazz chords and fucking. We're interviewing Drought, who's like it's like hardcore band from the Bay, and like say their guitarists are saying like, live we like to throw in a lot of like jazz chords. There's them like it's nice to kind of sometimes like play something that musically is fun, but like is in this kind of more constrained this that you're like, oh, we can fuck shit up and still do this. Like we can have our cake and eat it too.
Yeah, and I feel like Will is always like, let's dial it back. Like let's you have like more of like the vision of like the genre, the style.
Yeah, but it's also cool that like we can incorporate your background. I mean, everyone's background is like
for sure. I think that's like our
slightly
superpower
different,
too.
Yeah. I mean, we're not
There's
even
like I was gonna say, even in a moment like the newest one, Obsessed, right? There's a moment in the chorus there where like towards the end of the chorus, like I'm expecting it to go in one direction, and it goes in a direction using like chords and shit that I would personally, as someone who has only ever very poppy, rocky, oh, you played the major and then maybe the relative minor, this or that. Like it kind of veers in a different direction musically right there.
Mm.
And I wonder if that is like some of that slight influence you're saying, or if I'm just hearing that now because you're saying that.
Maybe.
You know, it's interesting because I think kind of like Jules was saying, for me too, I hadn't really like known about Midwest emo before I met Will. And, you know, some of my instincts are not necessarily geared toward that, but he showed me certain things that, you know, what if we did it this way, or what if we tried this? And then all of the four of us have different musical influences that we're into. So I think what you're saying is like you might have expected one thing.
Yeah, but it doesn't go in that direction of like that's in this song like pop formula Midwest, like what I'm as someone who listens to the genre, like that's what's gonna happen. You know, you watch so many horror movies, you know where the you know the beat kind of thing, and it was like, oh shit, like I wasn't. It kind of like it almost like it builds tension because it's like see these suspended chords or something where it just gets kind of weird. I'm like, give me what and then it kind of releases. You're like, oh, okay, that nice little fucking arpeggio riff you're doing there, Will. It's very nice.
Yeah,
Zach,
thank you.
can I ask you a personal question, Zach?
Yes, of course.
Are you related by chance to a man named Robb Hit?
Probably. I feel like there's not a lot of people in the world.
Has no one asked you this before?
People do ask me from time to time, are you related to this person named?
Okay.
And my answer is probably, I'm sure.
When I was looking at the credits earlier, and I'm like, New York band, there's another New York band with a drummer named Robb Hit.
Really?
You guys are Midtown. You guys know Midtown at all?
No.
Oh.
Midtown was
that's
shit.
a little north of us, yeah.
Yeah, they were. I mean, I think they were technically like a Jersey band, but they were based in New York. Gabe Saporta from Cobra Starship, it was his first band, and they were like the coolest pop punk band. But their drummer Robb Hit, we have conversed a few times. I think he follows me on TikTok, and like when I saw your name, I literally was like, he's not young enough to be his son. I was like, maybe they're cousins. I was like, how do I bring this up without out? I was like, that's like the most like benign connection. I was like, how do I bring this up without sounding like I'm accusing them of nepotism?
No, I was gonna say, could you imagine if I've been a nepo baby this entire time?
Right? It's like, yeah, my dad's Robb Hit. Yeah, in Midtown, yeah, they had a bunch of secret shell money. Yeah, like we're getting like,
we just played a show and
yeah,
no big deal. Yeah,
well, I have a huge family, so like it would not at all surprise me.
I was gonna say it's also I've never seen that last name besides that in same area. It's same thing when I meet. Like, anytime I've ever seen anyone else with my last name, I just assume I'm like, if you go back like 3 or 4 generations, we're probably
right. Yeah, we should look him up.
Yeah, no, I gotta find this guy.
Yeah. The big annual Thanksgiving party's coming up soon, so maybe
we see if we can get Midtown on it. Gabe Saporta is his company is the sponsor for our show. We're interviewing him soon. I'm gonna bug him. I'm gonna be like, got to get the gang back together, get a Tiger Woods show. Rob's nephew is in that band. He'd be like, fuck, like I don't think Robb knows he has a nephew. I'd be like, kind of fucked up. He doesn't know that, huh?
Right,
I'll gaslight for you. I'll do some gaslight for Tiger Woods. Yeah, I'll
pull some strength for us.
I won't feel good about it, but I'll do it.
That like both of our last names, he's HITT.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
So yeah, we're both drummers. Both
Yeah, that's and both New York bands, and like I
That's
mean,
the
it's
name.
they were pop
Crazy
punk, but it's
coincidence.
close enough. Like I honestly just assumed I was afraid you were gonna when you started getting into stuff. I was afraid you're gonna be like, oh, and my older brother Robb. I thought you were gonna say it. And I was like, how do I get to it first to show him I know ball? But apparently I'm fucking Charlie Kelly doing the conspiracy thing over here.
I love it.
Never mind. I apologize, Clyde.
No,
what's
don't
your
apologize.
what's
It's
your
amazing.
story here?
What was that?
I said Clyde, right?
Yeah.
What's your story here then? How did you find your way to this?
Well, I moved in around the same time as Zach, maybe like 3 years ago.
Yeah, something like that.
And I would always hear Will and Zach jamming out in we call it the band room. So that's where we played all the music.
This is a very Midwest house for being so close to the city.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like, this is a bit like I'm taken aback. We need to talk about this later, but keep
It's-
going.
We will,
guys. I have
yeah,
questions
yeah.
about rent and things. Yeah.
No, we need to do like
We can get
if
into
you
the
need
numbers.
another
Yeah,
story.
right.
It's crazy.
But yeah, no, I'd always hear them jamming out in the band room through the floorboards. My room's upstairs, and I always thought like, oh man, that'd be cool to just play with them. And then Will was just like, yeah, you want to play bass? So here we are.
Did you not play anything at that point?
Oh no, I did. I've played with a couple bands before. Bass,
okay.
guitar,
I thought it was like classic story of like, oh, the guy that doesn't know how to play the bass is get him a bass.
Someone-
My first band when I was 14, we had a buddy. I was like, I could barely play guitar, so it's like Rob will sing. We already have a singer. Okay, Matt will play bass. We don't have a bass. Let's go shovel some driveways, and we'll buy. Once we get $300, we can buy a bass. But
Hell yeah.
I was gonna say like your bass playing is really good for just picking it up a year or so. Like, damn, like
It's
really
the
cool.
it's the other classic bass story where somebody plays guitar, but
Yeah,
we're
I
like,
kinda-
you
I was
gotta play
kinda-
bass.
So,
Like,
yeah,
we're
someone
not
has to
talking
switch
about
over.
it.
Someone, it's
I was kinda
classic
mediocre.
to bring
Yeah.
it back to New York. It's a Jeter A-Rod situation. Someone's got to bite the bullet and go to third base. You know?
Exactly. Yeah,
Literally.
but still
So
glad
you-
to fit in anyway. Play bass.
Yeah. So all of you live in this same house.
Except
Not
for
me.
Jules, yeah.
Except for Jules.
Okay. Yeah.
I live in
And-
Brooklyn and commute.
And we're like basically right in the proximity of the city, close enough. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
live in
probably
the
like,
valley
what,
here
like-
in LA. Same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, 45-minute drive north.
Yeah. Same thing.
Cool.
What the I have a box apartment that's like 2 bedrooms. It's the most basic shit in the world, and I pay out the ass for. How big? Like you guys have a band
Yeah,
a
we
band
have
room?
a-
Like this
we
is
have a
something my
big
friends
space.
from the middle of nowhere have. Yeah, this
Tell you
is
a
so
story
lucky.
about this house.
Yeah.
I moved in here in 2019 with roommates from college, and they
Okay.
eventually all moved out. And I was
And you
like,
went to a SUNY, you said, right?
College
yeah,
house,
exactly.
yeah.
SUNY purchase.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was when they're moving out, I was like trying to decide if I should stay and get more roommates in, or if I should move to the city or not. I wasn't really trying to move to the city. I loved having space and everything.
That's insane.
So
yeah.
I've been living here since 2019, and the rent's only gone up one time, which
And
is awesome.
It used to
Yeah.
be like the mayor's house, right? Like it's this old woodwork.
supposedly.
What the
It's
Supposedly,
not
our-
important.
That's
Still,
One of our
Still, even urban legend
It's-
alone.
it's
That's
an
what
urban
the-
legend, yeah.
Yeah.
You
Because
guys
it's
are in,
technically
like,
the
this
biggest
cool-
property in Port Chester in terms of like
A residential property.
residential
Yeah.
property, in terms of like land. So that's why we're able to throw shows here, because we have so much space
the
around us.
Fuck.
Yeah.
It's sick.
Did you just kind of luck into this kind
Yeah,
of thing?
100%.
I definitely
Yeah.
feel like I did. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well, yeah, you're like, no, I'm not giving this up.
No, seriously,
Yeah.
anytime our
Wow.
landlord's like we'll just like if anything goes wrong, it's like if we could fix
We
it
just gotta-
ourselves, we'll do
yeah.
it. Like our rent's cheap. We have a good situation. We have a
Mhm.
beautiful house.
You
we,
throw shows.
we throw shows.
Mhm.
I have a mixing room in my bedroom. We have the band room over there. We record in this room. So it's just the setup.
It's a
And we
really
all
good
live
setup.
together. It's so easy to write music, record. Like we'll just like spontaneously record. Like a couple weeks ago, I was just like anxious as fuck. I was like, we need to record like right now, Zach. And we're like, okay, so we bring the drum kit in here. I get all
And
my
you,
mics
you
set up,
literally
and
have
boom.
you literally have your rhythm section in like the bedrooms down the hall kind of
Yeah,
thing. And then you can
exactly,
lay
yeah,
that down and,
yeah.
like God forbid Julius isn't there, like you can just like you're in Brooklyn, was that like 40 minutes away, 45
Yeah.
away? Like you can like you can lay it down there and you're like, hey, here's the track, like figure it out, come over when you can. Wow, that is
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. And
that's a dream of every band I've ever
it makes it
ever met.
so much easier. I think the worst part about being in bands is like scheduling and having to
Yeah,
deal with
trying
the
to get
hassle of
together.
people.
Right.
it's the worst. So just being able to just do things spontaneously, like record a song or practice or write is awesome.
Like as opposed to trying to plan a day.
Yeah, totally.
I'm on this day. No,
and there's so much
our doors.
Yeah,
or even like booking
too.
a room. Like, I mean, even if you
100%.
lived somewhere else in the city, okay, you live in apartments, you're obviously not practicing. You're not
exactly. Yeah.
You know, like, okay, so, and then do you all have cars? Like, fuck, now we got to go to a rehearsal space. We're paying $25 an hour. Yeah, we can go practice for 3 hours, or we can diddle with our unplugged guitars in my apartment kind of thing. Like, you have like that's a setup of like bands from the night, like you hear about, where you're like, oh, the label put us up in this house in this cool little cabin upstate or something like that. Yeah, they sent us to fucking Sheboygan, you know, like, wow, that is, I am legitimately so envious of this. Yes.
Yeah, it's something to be envious about. It's really fucking clutch. It's just perfect for us.
I think it helps. I mean, I'm the one person who doesn't live here, but I think it helps with like our vibe and like our relationships. Yeah, there's no like awkwardness when we're all together because we're just always together, you know.
On the flip side of that too, there's two ways. Like, I've lived with a bandmate, but it can also be like working with your wife or working with a girlfriend or boyfriend or something. You know, where it's kind of like, when does the work leave home? Or maybe there's tension with a band thing or something like that where it crosses over. Even like, you know, with my old roommate that was in a band, I literally just talked to this band before about this, where it was like, we lived together for years. And like, I remember like recently, like having this heart to heart with his wife, where it was like, yo, once the band stopped, you guys, it seemed like you guys were only talking because I'm like, we lived together for all those years. We'd maybe only do bands. We'd plan on doing band stuff all day, and we'd end up getting high and playing video games or something like that. So like, is there, what are the possible, you know, hiccups in this situation, in that sense? Like, is there ever that we end up fucking around instead, or that work husband wife crossover shit? Any of that ever?
No, I think we're pretty good about locking in when we want to do band stuff.
That's true.
Yeah.
We literally like say to each other, like, this is what we want to get done today. This is what we're gonna do. Like today we already did like 4 things today.
Right.
Let's go over it.
We
track.
Yeah, what did we do? What we do today?
Second thing.
Run me through the day. What's on the docket?
Track guitar.
Yeah, for the new song, which we're trying to put out in 2 to 3 weeks or something.
Sick.
We're pretty much done with that. We just got to mix it and then get it mastered. That's it. And then we did.
We think like 2 weeks?
Probably 3 or 4. We have a show on
December
19th with Public Works.
And where is that?
In the city in Brooklyn at the Wood Shop at Brooklyn Monarch.
Love that, dude. We've been talking about lining something up. Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be awesome. Public Works is so sick. Yeah. He hit us up. I met him on TikTok, which is that's another guy. That's another one too, right there, where I'd say like, oh, even like Dear Marianne, these bands that like you almost think of as TikTok bands, because a lot of like emo, Midwest emo, DIY, like just aren't as good at they're better at playing shows and touring and stuff like that. Not every musician is good at marketing as well. And like Public Works is one of those bands like where it's like, oh shit, like is this like a Black Bear guy or something like that, you know, where it's, you know, like this cool pop project, like is it a major label guy funded by this? Like these videos are so good. It's like, oh no, it's like legitimately like this is a band, like this is a guy, like this is he's so good with content. And like going off of that, it's like it's kind of the necessary evil right now, content and TikTok and Instagram and all these things.
Yeah, you need to be out, you need to have a presence.
Yeah. I mean, when we started doing TikTok, like seriously, we were at 55 monthly listeners and we're at like 1,200 right now, which is like
sick,
huge for us. It's
and
it's so cool seeing people respond, like Fourth Wave Cast and Caitlin. It's just awesome seeing people who are like genuinely like, I really like your music. It's like really endearing, and it makes us like even more motivated than we would be without that kind of stuff.
Of course. And it is like a necessary evil in a way, but I think a lot of that, it's like twofold. Where like once upon a time for bands in general, any sort of like self-promotion or marketing or like sponsorship or like even like song placement or anything like that, you know, it was like fucking you sell out stuff, this and that. Like the world has changed. You're not making $1 million off records and stuff anymore. You actually, you know, that kind of shit's gone. You need to do these things. A necessary evil thing, like I felt the same way, and I still feel, even like now, like I've really leaned into it now where I just I'm like, okay, I'm I'm a YouTuber. I'm a podcast. Like I'm a middle-aged white man with a podcast. Like I'm gonna fucking, you know, like, all right. I've been like a lot of the first wave of like social media creators were like the cringiest millennial motherfuckers. So like a lot of me and my friends, like it wasn't cool like to be like on like making video or like a content creator. And then at some point like the influencer thing happened, and that wasn't cool either because that was a different thing. But it's like these are great tools. Like yes, there's a lot of cringy bottom barrel cornball stuff that happens on there that needs to happen, you know, like last you found a band that sounds like this, they, you know, and they respond to your comments.
Yeah.
Like those are things that you need. Those are maybe necessary evils, but on the flip side, like you're mentioning people from around the country. Like I live in LA, Caitlin's in Oregon, Cass is in fucking, I have no idea where. And it's like, you're able to get all these people with that 20-second video that maybe took you, you know, besides the filming it, the actual editing it and putting it together is 10 minutes. Whereas like if you were playing a show and you guys had to get together, get your gear, get on the bus, get in your cars, go to the venue, there's 35 to 50 people at the venue, your video that cost $100 less and 4 hours less to make has reached tenfold those people around the country.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's how people connect now.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. And on top of that with shows too, it's like a good way to grow together, like between social media, shows, and whatever else. But yeah, I mean, honestly, most of our growth has been from social media, which is crazy because I like
you grind it out. On
yeah, I do be grinding on social media.
You're good. You're good at it.
Thank you. I used to hate it, but I've kind of come to really enjoy it. There's like the community aspect of it that's made me really.
If you just like I would, because I was the same way, man. It was just like even like with like, which is so fun, like TikTok. Like I downloaded TikTok like a year and a half ago because I started doing like stand-up comedy for a while, and I had the same realization with comedy where it was like, oh shit, I can get in my car and use gas and go do this, and for like open mics for comedy, you pay like $5. It's like I can pay like $15 a day, go and do open mics, or it's like I can make 2 or 3 silly videos and I could reach fucking 1,000-fold, you know, like the amount of people. It's same kind of thing there. And like you're grinding it out. Like, do you have any sort of like marketing or sales background or any sort of stuff like that? Or is this just kind of just you're being relatable and having a good time and you're passionate
No,
about
I
your
mean,
band?
Jules and I went to school for music. I went for music production. She went for music composition. I've kind of just, you know, where I learned a lot from was my friend Young Kel. If you've heard of him at all, seen him on TikTok, he's like he's the emo rapper. Check him out. He's awesome. We're actually working on a little EP.
it's cool.
Oh, that's fucking sick. I love that.
He had a lot of success with a couple of his songs and a couple of videos and a couple of techniques. And he's in Denver right now, but he was here for a New York show and we were hanging out for a few days, and he just kind of told me everything he does, and I kind of just took as much as I could from that. And that's when I really started doing TikTok after hanging out with him for a couple of days in person.
Yeah,
That's
I remember.
sick. I had yeah. What was
Sorry.
it?
I remember like seeing Will after he hung out with him, and he was like so inspired.
And
He
just
was
so
like,
excited.
"Oh, dude, like, oh, my friend is
So
doing
many
this,
ideas
like,
right now.
yeah, like I think this will be really awesome, like a great way for us to meet people." And, and I was like, "All right, yeah."
You're like, all right, whatever. Like, isn't that for like, yeah, like conspiracy theorists and like, you know, stay-at-home moms and
Great
like
draw.
teenage girls that dance? Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. Like, no, there's like a whole fucking other thing on there. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so much.
There's so many niches on
Yeah.
TikTok. It's insane.
But that's why it's
Like,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why I like.
it is no, like, I mean, I've been in bands since like the MySpace days, and like MySpace was awesome because there was this like freshness to social media. You can send someone a friend request and like they'd be honestly like, wow, a friend band wants to be my friend kind of thing, you know, like this newness to it. Whereas eventually there gets to be like this like buyer hesitation as like Twitter comes along, and then like with Twitter and Instagram and those things, you couldn't really reach people that weren't your friends. Those were like I call them like social networks. Like Facebook was a social network. Whereas like TikTok is like social media to me. You can make the video, you can make the same video basically 10 fucking times if you want, and it'll go to 500 new people each time.
Yeah,
Like,
seriously. That's
it's
one of the things
very
that Young Kel was telling me. Like, he's like, you could just keep posting videos of the same sorts and it will just reach different people every single time. It doesn't necessarily push the followers the way Instagram would. It's like,
no, exactly. You might be thinking
so
like, oh, I'm burning my followers out or something. It's like, no, it's not really about the follow. Like, it's going to all these different people kind of shit. Like,
yeah, no, seriously. And it's like, yeah, no, that's exactly it.
It's really nice. Now, you mentioned like learning from Young Kel. Right when I started doing TikTok, I worked for this Australian marketing company that was very, very big in Australia, and we're trying to get big here. And the founder of the company he's a jackass. Sabri, if you're watching this, I got fired because I beat him in bowling. I beat him in bowling and started gloating.
Nice. He's a big bowler.
I mean, they say it was a couple other things, but it was 80. That was the guy, big ego. I'm a short guy, but this guy was like Napoleon Little, but like very big in Australia, like social, like he's on like the Shark Tank there, and like I basically like. When I was like, good fucking riddance, but like the couple months I was there, I was like, okay, oh, I'm taking that kind of thing, and just like just little things like, oh, it needs to be quick, it needs to be like, they don't want to feel professional, this, and like they want to feel little things like that, like just grind this at this time, different location, I'm like, okay, like
Nice.
it's like it was like an internship almost kind of thing, you know, like okay, let me take little things I can get from it and stuff like that. But that being said, like you need to go from these videos and recordings, which obviously as a, you know, music production guy, you can make sound nice and stuff. And then you need to go back it up with shows and stuff like that. And you guys thankfully have been able to do that by being a live band first. But have you been able to kind of cross people over from following you online to maybe, you know, getting out of their house and coming to shows?
Yeah, small amount so far, but definitely, yeah. People we've met on TikTok, a handful have come out to shows. We're doing a tour in April next year, which we're self-booking right now, which is, you know,
Sick.
Super fun to self-book a tour. It's really easy.
Where are you going? How far west are we going?
Unfortunately, not very far west. It's gonna be northeast and east coast. So we're doing like, Zach and I are from Albany, so we're gonna do Albany, like Boston, Rochester, maybe New Haven, Connecticut. We'll do the city here, Philly, Pittsburgh. North Carolina and like Virginia. Yeah. So mostly East Coast shows.
This is bullshit. I find that offensive as a West Coaster. The East Coast and the Midwest seems to get everything fucking.
Yeah.
One day we'll be out there.
We're lucky living in the city because it's like like pretty much every band comes to New York.
Oh yeah. No, that's I didn't go to New York until. I mean, you know, I was in a band and stuff like that in my 20s all the time, you know, and I didn't have $600 to fly on a plane. If I did, I was going to spend it on something stupid, you know, but I went during the pandemic because it was so cheap. And I had a buddy that lived in Philly, and I went and visited him in Philly, and then we went to the city for the day, and it was like November during COVID. So it was like perfect because like the city was kind of like empty and stuff like that. And it was so magical that when I left, like on the plane, I got such FOMO leaving that I booked a flight back.
Whoa.
And then did the same thing again the next time, where it's just like, I need to come back. And finally, I think it kind of coincided when those like sweet, like $600 like unemployment checks everyone was getting stopped.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, maybe flying to New York just to go eat, you know, dollar slices of pizza and stuff like that is maybe not the smartest way to spend my money. But like, it was just like, legitimately, like I've lived in LA, San Diego, I've been, you know, Vegas, Chicago, but like New York's the coolest fucking place I've ever been.
No.
Ever.
Yeah, it is.
As people that grew up in that area, even like growing up outside of it, how would you say that like the city in general has maybe inspired your music or any part of you?
I think even like, honestly, I think growing up in Albany inspired a lot of our music. Albany, New York's a very Midwest place that's not in the Midwest. And one of the first Midwest emo adjacent bands I got into was Prince Daddy and the Hyena. They're from Albany, and I like grew up going to their first shows, and like
they're playing here in LA in about 3 weeks with our friends in Glass Generation. Wow.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And Jared, the Scottoon guy, yeah.
That's a great band name, Glass Generation.
Glass Generation, they're sick. Yeah, they're from Torrance. All the best LA bands come from Torrance. Like that's like that's like the New Jersey of LA or something.
Yeah,
like
New Jersey
has from there.
New Jersey's nuts with music. And music.
The reason I asked that originally is because I remember listening to this interview with Jack Antonoff and Ezra from Vampire Weekend.
Yeah,
and they were talking about how like growing up in New Jersey, you see the city there, you see New York, and same thing like outskirts, or even just like, because it's the same thing here like in the Valley or as San Diego, Orange County, like LA, when you're like right outside of this thing, like you're so close to the city, even in Albany, like relatively compared to the rest of the country, you're close, but you're, especially as a kid, you're fucking a lifetime away.
Yeah.
And it kind of creates this like urgency of like everything is happening in this place and I'm stuck here kind of thing.
And that's where the emo music comes in.
Yeah.
right? Like there's like that's where this like, which is funny because it's like Jack Antonoff was in Steel Train, which was a drive-through record band. He's an emo kid. Bruce Springsteen, I argue all the time, is emo. I'm like, it's about getting in your car, getting the fuck out of there. There's like this despair. There's this like, I mean, fucking Nebraska. Come on, like there's this, like everything's there. There's like there's something happening somewhere. I just don't know where the fuck it is. It's not here though.
Right. That's so true.
Is that Albany?
What was that?
Is that Albany? Like, does that sound like Albany? Is that kind of like what that's like? Or is
Yeah.
Albany a little more removed?
Yeah, no, I'd say so. Albany's very like it just has like that overwhelming feeling of like I need to get out almost.
It's
I'd say.
Like what
Or
is
get
that?
to a bigger, more
It's-
exciting life. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's interesting to me because for me my experience with it was very much there was a good music scene there, a lot of indie hip hop and then a lot of metal as well. So on a musical level, it was very inspiring to be amongst like other bands that could like when I was in bands there that would show up to shows and put on fun events. But at the same time, because like you said, you're so close to the city, there's this feeling of like when am I gonna go see the real stuff? And not that
Yeah.
Albany wasn't that, but it's just who
You
how could
know,
not?
there's something
Yeah,
bigger right
like how
there.
could you not be near New York City or LA or wherever like that and feel like wow this like I need to go to this and see
But
it.
like with that being said, like some of my favorite shows I've ever been to are like house shows in Albany.
Yeah,
Mm.
I would agree
Easily.
with that.
Like that's the most nostalgic, most fun I've probably had at shows. Like
Is it like small towny?
it's pretty small towny. I mean,
I think there's
Albany-
more community. There's more community, and there's just like more energy in those.
Yeah,
I
there's-
mean, like
it's
New
easier to
York's
build a
probably the
community
same
in
as
Albany.
LA, where
yeah.
you can see anything in the fucking world at
Yeah.
your every band, everything that could ever happen. Especially like it's there, like LA. I remember like Riley and Saturdays, and then we're playing here. I remember my friend Ben Mensch manages or does booking for like Horse the Band. They were here, and I'm watching him like check his app with like the ticket updates, and he's like, LA is the worst place to play. He's like, we've sold 700 tickets. The second band is like halfway through, and 200 people are here. Everyone shows up at 9:30 for the headliner kind of shit. Whereas like
Yeah.
I remember like growing like in high school, I lived in buttfuck Canada, and it was like people be there at like 5 p.m. Like you're excited, you're ready. I get to
This
check
is
out
what
this
we have
band,
this
that.
weekend to go to. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is our event. This is the fun
Yeah.
thing. Whereas like in a
Yeah.
big city, you're like,
It's like
no
I'm too
reason to
cool for the
fucking care.
opener. And it's
Yeah.
like
yeah, right. It's like I don't care. Even like playing like you like say like same thing where you're like, when am I going to see something bigger? You're in Albany, like that's where the good shows were. When I lived in San Diego, it was always like every band in San Diego was like, oh, booked a show in LA. LA was like this mecca thing. Even I left San Diego. It was like, well, I've done everything in San Diego. I'm gonna move to LA, and then you move to LA, and you're like, this isn't really all it's cracked up to be. Like, there's not that community. There's not this. Like, oh,
yeah, that's the
fuck,
great
like,
thing about small towns is they can breed those like little communities. That's why New Jersey has such a great music scene too. It's like Brunswick and Montclair. It's just these like small cities / towns and kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's like, what else is there to do other than write sad music and throw shows to
Yes.
people's basements? It's the best. Like,
And I
Have you
feel like-
guys been able to? Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, like, I feel like half of the crowd that goes to the bigger shows in the city, they aren't people that are really like music enthusiasts or like really listen.
Mm-mm.
People who are going to the
No.
local shows in someone's basement, they listen to music. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
they're
yeah,
there because they
There's
want to hear it.
1,000%, yeah.
Other
I-
people, if
They're
they're-
part of they're part of your scene.
right,
Like,
they're there for a
yeah.
night out. If it's
I
You know.
I truly believe one of the best things you can do for yourself, like when you're going to shows, is go see the opener.
Yeah.
Just because some of the best bands that I found were just from,
Yeah.
even though I was there for the one band, I'd show up early and go see the opener, and they might be one of my favorite bands now.
That's how I found out about
Yeah.
Algernon Cadwallader, if that's how you say it correctly. I saw him with
Cad-
Joyce
yeah,
Band.
right, yeah.
Who is this band? And I'm like, hooked ever since. Like,
fuck, that's
so good.
I
yeah.
It's funny, like you fuck up stumble on the pronunciation, because I wrote out this list of like bands, like I was like bands I want to come on the show that were like realistic, and then ones that were like unrealistic, and Algernon was on there, and they followed us on TikTok, and I was like, oh shit. And I DM'd them immediately. I was like, yo, I literally wrote this list like an hour ago, and I sent them a picture of it, and I realized afterwards I spelt their band name completely. Like I spelled like instead of the Codwaller part, I left out the I was like Codwaller only, and I was like, oh, I fucking look like such a fucking jabroni there. I was like, I was rushing, like, yeah, like they're like,
I know what your name is.
You're just like so excited. You're just like, oh my god,
right? I was excited. We talked to Rylan from Origami Angel, and he name dropped them, and I was like, oh shit, I haven't thought about Algernon in years. Like, what the fuck? Like,
it's had like a flashback.
Yeah, my bad.
That was a cool interview, by the way. With
thank you. That was the top 7 or 8 moments in my life, probably.
Oh, yeah.
They're fantastic. Fantastic.
I literally, one of my favorite bands on the fucking planet. And I literally was like, I'm gonna talk shit on Twitter, and I'm gonna see if I can get him. I was like, day one of publicly harassing Origami Angel till they come on Emo Kids Anonymous. I was like, Rylan Hege from Origami Angel has admitted to filling up water cups with Dr. Pepper at local fast food establishments. And like within like 15 minutes, he responded. He's like, all right. He's like, yo, Dr. Pepper sells that shit in bags. Like they get their money. Don't worry. And then I DM'd him, or he DM'd me right after he said that, was just like, let's cook. And I was like, all right, when do you want to do it? He's like, we finished tour on Monday. How about Wednesday? I'm like, really? Okay. Yeah, all right. I'm ready. Let's go.
Right.
So
you're like, yeah, of course. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, no big deal. No big deal.
Yeah.
Are you guys able to find that like local, that Albany feeling closer to the city where you guys are at?
Yeah, there's definitely pockets of
I feel that
emo and Midwest emo and shoegaze. Those are like the main genres: hardcore, emo, and like shoegaze and like indie adjacent genres, I'd say.
Who are the local bands that maybe we should be putting some people onto, that maybe I should be
now in Albany?
Haven't thought of.
Now in Albany, Bruiser and Bicycle, fantastic band. They're just weird. I don't even know how to describe them.
Yeah, I would.
So indie. Another band I really like is called Senior Living. If you've seen them on TikTok too,
I've seen
awesome.
the name. I've seen the name on that one.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's
out
on TikTok or Instagram, but I've definitely seen that one.
We've been in contact with them a little bit about trying to do our Albany show with them. So they have a very similar sound. But we're not as tapped into the scene as we used to be, since we've been living down here for
I do
8
have
years now or
one.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got one you got to check out from Albany. Is called Horse Grave.
That's a cool name. I don't think I know.
I was gonna say, yeah, you really sold me on the name.
I don't know how to
hardcore.
I guess it's in the hardcore math, maybe.
Oh, of course, yeah. I'm expecting some
and-
hardcore elements, because I'm
Love
thinking
it.
of beating a dead horse, so they dug at a grave. Yeah, this is
Right.
Yeah. Well, I
These
think
dudes
it's
will beat
also
my
a
ass like
reference
that.
to the there's a racetrack nearby there.
Oh
that
shit.
is somewhat controversial.
Oh
The Saratoga
shit.
racetrack.
Heavy.
It's pretty
Like,
famous.
oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's probably
Fuck.
where I don't know. Like
They just heard a lot of horses there. Yeah, it's kind of sad.
Oh.
yeah,
Fuck yeah! I was really thinking like, oh, like playing on that old expression. No, that got really fucking
That's real
dark.
emo
That's-
music.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I just. But I will tell you, the
Fuck.
drummer in particular of that band, Michael, is probably one of the best drummers I've ever seen. Like, I don't need. He's doing like equations, and that's how he's like
Doing-
coming up.
There's
Dog
full
playing
on
algebra.
mathematics going on.
Yeah,
behind
he's
that kid.
doing long division. I don't know how to explain it.
Sick.
And then the
Dead
bass
Moss beat
player,
me.
Dylan, also, like, just the two of them together, it just sounds incredible to me. Like I said, I don't know how to describe like exactly what the genre is, but it's very interesting.
I feel like rhythm section, being able to rip like that, is like a very important part of like relationship building in
Yeah.
a band and stuff like that. Do you two ever get in there just without them, without these guitar, these showboats, and just get in there and just fucking rip, get some grooves going?
Yeah.
Every now and then, in between songs, we'll like just riff around.
We do this thing where when they're tuning, because in Midwest emo, it's like just
Always
endless
tuning,
guitar.
yeah.
tuning.
Yeah, you're
Brutal.
fucked. Yeah,
Tuning.
yeah.
So at
Yeah.
our first show, I yelled something like, "Let's take him for a walk, Clyde," and Clyde starts playing
I started
like
playing this
he
like
starts
jazz.
playing like
I was
jazz.
walking up the jazz scale, and then
Yeah, and I'm doing the halftime, and I think Will and Jules are probably looking at us like, "What are you guys doing?"
We're just
right?
saying like, how fast can we tune it?
Right? You're like, fuck, like, sick, I get this one C
Come on.
sharp A,
This
fucking
rigging is
yeah.
crazy.
Need to buy like 5 more guitars. Like,
I was literally gonna say, I've never thought to bring this up on the show, but like every time I've like, I mean, growing up, like before this fucking new crazy tuning thing, I mean, yeah, like this is like pretty exclusive to our genre in the rock world. I'm like, oh, maybe the guy would have like they swap them out. There's one in drop D, this or that. Like, how many guitars are we doing at a show, and how many different tunings are we switching between? And fuck, like this is the logistical nightmare of this. I
it's a
imagine.
nightmare. Well, you start like you do mostly.
I just started. So you would write a lot of chord progressions in like weird tunings.
Yeah, I do most open tunings. Jules will do like more play off me in standard.
After a
with
while,
the
I
lead
was
riff,
I need to go in standard.
Yeah, so you can play to your normal, not relearn guitar. Because like playing an open tuning is like a whole different.
Bro, like that's I can't even fuck around. Like I remember every time someone's trying to, I'm just like, brother, like the level of musicianship now, like compared to like, I mean, fourth wave, fifth wave, second wave, same thing, but like compared to like third wave emo and things like that, or just regular indie rock or pop punk or anything like that, it's just like, brother, these are like legitimate musicians, just like throwing in stupid levels of fucking like noodling in the middle of stuff where it's like, brother, that'd be the hardest thing I've ever fucking played, and it's like a passing moment.
Trash comes to mind, like the way Derek can play and sing at the same time.
Yeah,
just like there's no way, like.
No,
how can
ridiculous.
It be on that level? Like,
I saw him a couple weeks ago and just stupid. When I did the list, the freshman list, I got so much shit from so many like on like even I put it on Reddit, like people are just like, why isn't trash on trash? I'm fucking like I fucked up. Like I was like I fucked like
remember every band, to be honest. To be fair,
right? That's the I'm like there can only be so like I don't. That's why I didn't want to do it. I was like, I don't want it to look like a participation trophy, but like, there's so many that like legit people should be checking out. But like, Derek too is like, because they're in like fucking like Oklahoma or Kansas or something somewhere weird. Am I tripping?
I'm trying to think. I feel like I always see it. I'm like, okay, that's where you're from, and then I forget. But it's somewhere Midwest or more west like that. Yeah.
I have to check. I have to check because I am. Where's the band? Springfield, Missouri. There we go. That's right. Yeah, because they produced or he produced the band Halftime Show. Bryce from Thoughts on is in Halftime Show. Another band that I found through TikTok because Derek's in the video. I don't know if you've seen it.
No, we have. Actually, like
the Roku City video where he throws the guitar.
Yeah, this is I think it's that video. It's the one where Derek's in it. You're saying, right?
Yeah, Derek's in it, and they're like
random
because
because Jules' girlfriend like sent us a reference video that she saw on TikTok, and it was that video. I was like, "Yo, is that the guy in Trash?" And that's how I found out about Halftime Show too.
That's how I found out about Trash too. At the same time, I was like, "Well, no, I knew about Trash because they announced the tour because I was a sports fan and Kerosene. And I was like, Trash, like this and that, but like and like he's just in there, and he produced that for them. He produced another band that I'm friends with, Dear Cincinnati. Like he's very involved in the scene and just like giving back and just like there's this just this fucking cool community thing going on across the fucking world.
He seems awesome. He seems like a very down to earth, genuine person. I would love to meet him one day.
Kind of got some Paul Dano vibes, huh? You seem a little Paul Dano, like a little Riddler in the Batman movie, like a little bit, like maybe more handsome though, Derek. If you're watching this, if you're watching this, much more Derek. Shout out Derek Barry, shining star of Springfield, Missouri. They're gonna get you that star on the Walk of Fame in Springfield soon.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Next to fucking Homer.
Deserved.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're working on new singles. So. First single comes out early in the year. We do an EP in June, and since then we've trickled out some singles. What's the like long-term plan recording wise? Let's say like in 2026, are we gonna keep piecemealing it? Some more EPs? Are we working towards a full length?
I think we're gonna keep doing singles until. Yeah, we'll probably do I think our general goal is do a few more singles, and then after that do another EP or an album, depending on where we're at with everything. I mean, ideally it would be an album at the end of next year.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are doing it really well in the sense of like you can do that album, and as musicians it's fun to do that album, and like you nerd out over that, but like if you just do an album like too early, it's like you're skipping all the foreplay,
seriously,
it's like you're everything's out, then you have nothing to promote.
All the growth too that comes from rolling out singles. Like we were talking about trying to like after we put out this EP, we were like, should we try to get an album out like within like
You're gonna roll out
8 months
promote 12
of
songs
this.
at once? Yeah.
But we started recording all these songs, and I don't know, we just had to change of heart. We're just like, let's just drop these as singles, just focus on one at a time and try to put these out every 6-8 weeks or whatever to, I don't know, tickle the Spotify algorithm a little if
Yeah.
possible. Like,
Exactly,
I don't know,
same
it's part of-
thing. And
another thing that's part
especially
of the game.
with promoting, it's very, it's like, oh, we have a single coming out in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's like something to promote there, and then it comes out, new single, whereas like the album comes out, then like a week later, it's like, go listen to our new album. It's not new anymore, but like go listen to our album from a
45
month ago.
minutes long, It's like,
Right.
Yeah, go.
a lot
Okay,
to
you
dive
like,
into.
yeah.
It is, yeah.
If this clip didn't get you, go watch one of the other we covered the other 12 songs in the other clips. Like it's
It's so much harder to push an album if you don't have a large enough fan base, and we don't at the moment. But we're super thankful that we've been growing so much from all these singles. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like we could eventually get to a spot where, like, all right, we have to drop an album now. We have enough people who would listen
Hell
to
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Be like, yeah, like, dude, like 2026, like 8 singles in that time, then 2027, like, okay, now is the
Drop
full
an
length. Here
album.
you go.
Yeah, you know
Yeah.
what? That's the plan right there, probably.
There we
That
go.
sounds
There
about
we
right.
go. There we go. I was
Counterintuitive
like,
records or Run for Cover records or Top Shelf records. If you're watching this, we would love to
Counterintuitive.
join
You guys
the lineup.
just picked up our friends over in Leisure Hour. I know you got room.
I saw that. That's sick.
It's
Good
so
for them.
I'm
Yeah.
so stoked on that because I've released that article with them in there, and I said in there, it was like, like they put out a bunch of singles, like hopefully we get an album kind of thing, and like Reagan's kind of like, and then literally like less than 24 hours later they announced it, and I checked the notifications, and like someone's in there like oh, they quoted that, and they're like, Robb Laffoon, they're like, Robb's got to start. I'm like, I like messaged him. I was like, y'all made me look so fucking smart. Thank you for that. Like, that's
Just
so
like-
sick. Like the next day, like, fuck, like I look like fucking Emo Stradamus here or something like that. Sick. Thank you.
That's great.
So how many total Tiger Woods songs do we have out in the ether right now? Is it like 8, 9, 10, 11? Like what?
We only have 6 out.
Okay. I was just
Out
because
in
there's
the
the EP, and then since then there's a couple singles, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had the EP and then 2 singles after that. And we have a lot of songs that we have.
Yeah,
We got
Hooked up.
we haven't put out
Yeah.
yet, but
I was gonna say, yeah, after all those, playing together live and living
Yeah, we get
together,
to
I'm
write a
sure
lot.
That's
We
not the
live
only
together.
7. Yeah,
awesome.
I was specifically asked by Caitlin to like ask you guys, like, what's the fucking deal? Like, are you guys just being lazy here? Like, why is there not an album? Why is there not 2 albums? The people are asking
Right.
for it. You've been around for a year. Like, you should have it out by now. Like, you guys are getting me trouble here. Like,
Listen, Caitlin, we're gonna drop an album at some point.
Yeah.
So until then, enjoy the singles that we put out.
Yeah,
And-
I thought we still needed to like let people. Cats are fighting.
Yeah, cats are playing in the background.
Sick.
I'm gonna go like
Yeah, break it up, refs.
Yeah, I thought we still needed to like do some introducing ourselves with like all these singles.
I think
Yeah.
it's a smart way to do it. Yeah.
Um, But
And just kind of tease it until we feel like we're at a spot where we can put out an
Yeah.
album that's not just gonna fall into the abyss of
right.
Yeah.
Spotify or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's even like when someone discovers your band, like say you put that one out in the abyss, then in a year or 2 you do another one and people like you. I find bands now that like, pop off and it's like, oh, that's the record I got them on. Sometimes it's a little slower, maybe when I was younger it's different. I was a little more eager, but sometimes it's a little slower to go back to those. So it's like they're almost like, they're fucked up. You guys started it with the horse grade, but it's like almost like they're preemie songs or something, like where it's like they didn't fully develop, kind of like you guys, that song should have got more love, and either we didn't record it well enough then, it
Mhm.
wasn't performed well enough, or it's like it didn't get enough ears, and now it's like
Right.
it's tough to get that attention to it. It's a difficult spot, like songs are, I imagine, you guys are writing these, they're like your kids, you say.
Yeah,
you may say,
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of the 6 Tiger Wood kids out there, what's individually, what are your favorite ones?
Good question.
Yeah.
Pick a favorite child.
I think Obsessed is my favorite.
The new one.
Yeah.
That's one of my
Part-
favorite riffs, and I feel like it's
Yeah.
one of the more like simple sounding ones in like the
Mhm.
genre, where it's just like kind of like feel like if a younger band should hear that. Which is funny, like you guys are also a younger band, but it's like younger bands should be taking notes from other bands, where it's like it doesn't always have to be complicated. Like that's the most like chilled out riff that you're gonna hear in a lot of them, and it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
that's the one that like that's the one that gets stuck in my head all day.
Mm.
Yeah, totally agree. I love I love how the riff flows. And fun story, when we play live shows, we usually do Crash the Matrix straight into Obsessed.
Sick.
Both in open D.
Yeah.
Shout out
That's
D.
sick. Yeah.
that's
Shout out to D.
The
Those
one
are
time we don't have to tune between songs. Yeah.
And that's such a perfect way to. I think are we starting the set with that? Like I feel like that's a perfect.
We
way
started
to
on that
last
show.
show,
Yeah.
I think that's the perfect start. Like those are the because
works.
Crash the Matrix, you jump out and you get him like with the vocals,
Yeah.
like with the when you get vocals, they're like it kind of like makes people like pull in a little quicker, you know. And it's like the great opening song, and then you like kick into something that
right now. Yeah.
fuck like this God damn it, yeah.
It's hard to open
like
up though because it's so taxing to sing. It's just like
oh,
Not a warm-up
shit.
song.
It's not a warm up song.
Yeah.
It's doable,
yeah.
though.
That's a tough couple first lines to be like getting comfortable on.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
same thing. Like everyone is tuned in because you start singing. You're like, you don't want to shit the bed on the first line. Like, Crash the Matrix.
literally, yeah.
Crash?
Yeah. Let's
glad
try
you
to start again. Yeah, we fucked it up. Couple more questions here before I let you go. One. Well, let's finish the rest of our favorite babies. I'm not gonna let you guys get off the hook.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I'll go Crash the Matrix because that's the first song we ever wrote, and it's
Oldest
fun
child,
to
yeah.
play. Yeah,
oldest child.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
it's
mom
just,
had the same thing. I was her favorite.
just have
too.
it be. Yeah.
I think Trauma might be my favorite that's out. I love how it starts really soft, and I love singing really soft. Like I really love like blending with Will's vocal like that, and I love the spacey guitar, and then I love how it hits.
Kicks in.
Yeah.
I have a quick tangent off that. When Jules and I were in college, we used to like write and produce a lot of each other's music together. And this was like right before COVID, but we were like, we should like start a band or like, Jules was graduating and it was, I want to say like February, March. It was like February probably of 2020 it would have been. We kept talking about how cool it would have been if we could have started a band, but like she was graduating and then COVID happened and we kind of just like, that kind of whole thing kind of dissipated. But eventually when Zach and I kind of started jamming again, we got Clyde involved. We're like, yo, I'm going to call Jules up and we're going to get Jules in this band.
That's so cool.
And that's how it happened.
And it's so funny because when we would work together in college, none of the shit we did was this hardcore. Like we used to sing like folk music together.
Yeah, that's kind of more our background is like indie folk, like all sad though. It's all emo. That's
True.
like
I was gonna say it all plays in.
shit.
Yeah, my friend CZB, she'll give you a whole TED talk on how you alternative, and it's all just like linked in. Like I just did an interview with someone where I was talking about how like country music getting big again, like this decade has like helped lead people in here. I'm like, if you're like a 12-year-old kid, like yeah, you like the Morgan Wallen song, and then you make your way to the Zach Bryan. You're gonna find the front bottoms, like it's like, and then or you're gonna find like
crazy.
fucking the Yvette Brothers or something. Like you're gonna like or Bright Eyes, like it all like it's gonna slowly.
Bright Eyes
it might
so
lead you to
emo.
yeah, right. Like that was
So emo.
Bright Eyes was the one that like I was like a punk kid, pop punk, this and that. I remember going when I got Wide Awake It's Morning. Fucking changed. I never listened to anything where it's like bluegrass or anything like that. My stepsister-in-law and stepbrother were staying. I was like 15. My brother was 10. They're staying with our parents were on vacation. And I went and grabbed my stepsister-in-law. I was like, you got to hear this. It's like, you find a cool song, you got to share it with someone.
Yeah.
And I bring her down to my room and, it's he's like, has a cup of coffee. He's like, so we're on a plane, 30,000, above the, and she's like, Rob, is that weed on your desk? I didn't think like there was like little crumbs of like weed and stuff. I was like, oh,
That's not what
no. So yeah, Connor Oberst.
How do
yeah,
you think I discovered the song?
right? Yeah, Connor, you owe me a gram of the shittiest Alberta swag weed.
You put me on now.
Yeah.
I didn't get into Midwest emo until this band, but I was always like obsessed with Phoebe Bridgers and like Boy Genius.
Emo.
Yeah, like the saddest thing.
Yeah.
And so it's all.
You'll hear a lot of that in our songs too. Some of the other songs we haven't put out yet. I guess Penalty Box would be a good example of like a softer song we do that has an emo vibe. But a couple of the new songs we're working on are very just like indie folk inspired, but still
That's sick.
Pretty.
I feel like it
emo.
all crosses over. Even like I've been saying it since I first heard it. Like when I first heard like Kyoto, I was like, this is a Blink 182 song. Like this is Mark Hoppus. Like day off in Kyoto. Da, da, da. Like it sounds like a Mark Hoppus like just droning on. I was like, this is fucking just
No,
fucking overcompress the drums. Like
Dude.
it's
a lot of
brilliant.
Indian, a lot
Pop
of pop music. Like we did a Taylor Swift cover show one time with this band, and we just did it all in open tuning and emo, and it was like so
Sick.
easy to do
Sick.
because
Yeah.
her music is just straight emo music. at the
Yeah.
end of the day.
Sad love songs.
Yeah.
I went to music school here in LA, and like I would like everything I'd tell people all the time, like I'm just trying to write like Taylor Swift songs. They all just come across this way, but it's like at her core, she's what I said about Bruce Springsteen. It's like it's American songwriter, small town kind of like Americana at its core. She had to become a pop star, and that's when the whole shit kind of, flies off the handle. But like
Yeah.
at the root there, it's 4 chords and
Yeah, and just like sad lyrics about exes,
Yeah.
etc. Yeah.
Right. It's just the
Zach, I need-
arrangement.
Song title X's.
I need you to pick a favorite song. I need you to pick a favorite kid, but then I need an in general. I need the favorite Taylor Swift song of the band. Yeah,
So I'll say my favorite kid, and then I'll start the rotation back that way with Tal.
let's do it.
Okay, so my favorite Tiger Woods song that we have out currently is Penalty Box, because the memory of writing it is particularly warm to me. Like, we were watching hockey, which I've never really gotten into, but Will kind of got me into it. And we were like, let's write a song with all like hockey metaphors about breaking up with somebody. So we have like, I tried so hard and missed all my shots. Some stupid.
Missed all my shot. Yeah.
Wayne Gretzky reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know,
Damn.
but you miss 100% of the shots you don't take is a Wayne Gretzky quote.
It is a Wayne Gretzky quote. I use that all the time, and that's
So
fucking.
good.
People
Wayne
attribute
Gretzky.
it to the Michael Scott. It's Wayne Gretzky, the greatest.
People think it's Michael Scott, but
No, it's Gretzky.
Yeah.
God,
and then
hockey nerd. That makes so much sense. Yeah.
Taylor Swift. We're doing?
Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Should we do as a band our favorite song? Or
Sure. Yeah.
We all have
we're
the
gonna
same
do
one?
it as a
I guess as a band we play Love Story.
Yeah,
Oh
Live.
yeah.
we do.
And it kind of sounds like it's basically the same chords as Crash the Matrix, and the way it is in my vocal range is the same as Crash the Matrix. So it's like Love Story and Crash the Matrix kind of combined.
Yes.
Beautiful.
that is
Beautiful.
my
Have you
favorite.
seen The Bear?
Yes,
No.
I have.
The scene where like the Forks episode where he like is driving and listening to that.
That there is.
Yeah. That and the one right before the 7 Fishes, like back to back, legitimately 2 of the like 5 best episodes of TV fucking ever.
I feel like so I like to write a lot, and I think that if I were to ever like teach a class and how to write, I would use that. What is it, like the spoons? That's that's the name of
Spoons.
that.
Sorry, I said Forks. Yeah, spoons.
I think I would use that as like if you're going to write one single episode of TV, this is the one.
Yes.
This is what you need to look out for. And then speaking of good writing, my Taylor Swift song, I just have to say it,
Yeah.
is I'm obsessed with the song Nobody No Crime.
I don't
It's
know.
sick.
Like,
Is that the
it's
one
a
with
deep-
Haim?
Yes.
Yes,
I think
wow.
he did it. It's
Hype's
really
cool.
great song.
Yeah.
Really great song.
Wow. That honestly, I mean, because even like Folklore and Evermore were made in New York, were they not? Those were
Yeah,
made, like,
upstate New York. Yeah.
yeah, upstate. Yeah, with
Back-
with the national guys. Yeah, I have one of the guys that we run Never Phase Network with, like the main, my boss Ryan. He's over here looking at me like, but he has his arms crossed, always glaring at me. But like his whole thing is like the Swemo guy and like how Taylor Swift is emo and this and that, and like
Spot on.
I hate to admit it, because I'd like to be adversary and be like the cool hipster of the group, but like he's fucking right. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
and same thing I said about Zach Bryan or this. You listen to that, you make your way there. Like Taylor Swift will lead you to she'd lead you to the National or bleachers or the starting line or something, and it's not that far from making your way to modern baseball.
Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah.
Couple more questions before I let you go, real quick. Individually, I guess each of you pick one here. New York Mount Rushmore of bands, artists.
Oh, interesting question.
Is it? Because I always feel like this is the least interesting question I ask. I just ask it.
No,
because it gets a little
I've
argument
never
on
thought
social
about it
media.
before, to be honest.
That's the good part. Yeah, it feels like a lazy question, but then you ask someone, they're like, "Shit, I've never really thought about it." Actually,
Yeah, no,
anyways,
I
but
have to put Prince Daddy and the Hyena on there because they were like the first emo adjacent Midwest emo band I ever got into from seeing their shows. Who else in New York? Oh my gosh.
I have a stupid question. What's Mount Rushmore? What's the saying? I've never heard this before.
like Mount
Sick.
Rushmore, like
Like the four.
It's like a mountain in the Dakotas
yeah.
of like these old like racist white slave owners.
No, I know what Mount Rushmore is.
I'm pretty sure it's built on like stolen land. I was like, I did one of these with the band Pretty Bitter the other day, and they're like the most like very DIY punk ethos, leftist, trans, like this.
Yeah.
And I was like, I really feel bad asking you about like the Mount Rushmore because it feels like just so like
Yeah.
I'm like, let me be, your Mount Rushmore was built by people who were paid and they were happy to build it, and it's almost none of them were slave owners, but like I guess when I ask it, I guess in my head it's like the like most influential ones or the most important ones, but everyone kind of answers it differently. So it's kind of become like a Rorschach test of just like you put on it whatever you fucking want, and either way, it says a lot about you. It's like it's like a personality test almost, and no matter what you say, the comment section is going to say you're wrong, so it doesn't matter.
100%, yeah.
Just whatever you believe. Yeah. Who would you add to this mountain? Which is completely built on public land where there was a land acknowledgement and it's paid for, and the job outsourced were very fair wages, good work conditions, OSHA, all that union. Good mountain. Just want to be clear ahead of time.
I've never heard that question before.
Phrase, yeah.
Oh, that's great, because I feel like it's just the dumbest, most basic podcast question to ask. So thank you.
Maybe kitchen.
Kitchen's cool, yeah.
Kitchen's
I've
really
never fucking heard Kitchen. I feel like I've maybe heard them in reference to like a joke people made about the band Microwave, but I don't think I've ever checked them out. Wow. Okay, adding
should
that
play
to
a
my
show
list
together.
here.
Yeah.
No, they should play in a venue called House. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of more New York bands. I'm like kind of drawing a blank. If you said like New Jersey, I'd be like, like Pine Grove, or like Philly, like. But New York is kind of.
New York's hard because people from New York aren't really from New York.
Yeah.
I got one. I think like the Mount Rushmore of New York emo is Coheed and Cambria.
Wow. Yes.
Easily.
Yeah.
Like a lot of. I'll go on record as saying like newly coming into Midwest emo, I can hear some of the like sort of maybe not OG emo bands, but like older emo, like My Chem, Coheed, Brand New, that kind of thing in what you guys have shown me as Midwest emo now. But Coheed is my favorite band of all time.
I think just that level of like instrumentation too, where like it wasn't all about just like being heavy or aggressive or something like that. Like Claudio is one of those guys who I think of like just being stupid on the guitar.
Yeah.
And a lot of like this newer, like Midwest fifth wave emo is like same thing where it's just like you're stupid on the guitar. You're not just drowning some shit with some drop D with a little twinkly thing over it. Like you are ripping, and that's like
it's something interesting.
Yeah.
I have this weird stereotype about New York that I'm realizing goes on, where it's like in my head, like New York musicians are like all like, I mean, people from like that general region, New York, maybe even Philly, people like more talented, like more like technical. Like you mentioned like math rock and stuff like this. And like, I see you guys as like very studious over there and like a little more technically proficient than we are over here. I don't know why I have that. Yeah, but that's in my head. There we go.
Oh, we'll take it. I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah, we're
That's
fucking
true.
way better than you
that's
guys.
how I feel about the Midwest, to be honest.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I think like Philly and Jersey, and I guess New York, too. I mean, there's just so many good bands, so I'm sure that's where like the association comes from. You're just like, like all these bands
like, who's from where?
I think also to me, like technicality, as much as I'd really enjoy like music that gets technical and has a million notes, I think you can have a very simple song that's just, as I think Tom Morello puts it, is 4 chords and the truth.
Yeah.
Like it's just,
I mean, that motherfucker's just up there making noise sometimes.
yeah, just like whatever came to mind. If it works for the song, it works for the song. To me, it doesn't necessarily matter, but it can be really cool to have a song with 50 bajillion notes and, 1,000 verses.
Fast, happy guitar, and, like crazy riffs, I mean, we're trying to, that's like eventually where we want to go with this project, is get a little more technical, a little more tappy, a little more mathy with it.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, we're all trying to learn our instruments and get better at
Trying
them.
to practice.
Yeah. I think as a
That's
band,
good. That's good to be diligent. Yeah. Like I said, people from New York, you guys are more studious. Look at that. I never once thought to practice anything. I just figure out, I know what I know since I was 15 and I go with it.
You should be a drummer.
Yeah. No, no rhythm. Yeah.
We don't
Very
have
white.
jobs, so we just play guitar.
we're all unemployed, which is awesome.
My job is pretend. I get it.
Well, yeah.
Clyde, you got to add somebody to this mountain. Unfortunately, I apologize.
Oh man, that's a really good question. I do not know. I'm terrible with like where bands are from, and like I really don't know who to add.
I'm trying to think for like yeah.
I'm just
Who's your
drawing a
favorite?
blank.
Who's your favorite band? Peach Fit, probably.
Yeah, but they're from
They're from
Vancouver.
No, okay, it's not
They're
anywhere close
not
to New
here.
York.
Yeah.
Vancouver, I was gonna
Yeah.
say, yeah, that's a Canadian band. Yeah, they got
Hell
Maple
yeah.
Leaf on them.
Where in? You said you're from Canada.
Alberta, yeah, I lived there for a long
Oh,
time.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I was just in Edmonton.
Oh yeah, no, I lived like 4 hours out of Edmonton, like in a place called Grand Prairie, middle of like you said, Wayne Gretzky. I was like, oh, fucking Oilers, bud. Yeah, no,
Oh,
yeah.
God, yeah.
I went to high school up in from the age of 10 to about 18. I lived in Canada, and then I like as soon as I graduated high school, I was like, okay, I'm going back.
I love the
Going
whole
back to my
Canadian.
dad's.
I
Canadian.
love Canada. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
Canada's awesome.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. over
We
there.
root for the Edmonton Oilers last year.
Yeah,
And the year before.
it was real
Fire.
close. It was real close. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the Sabres just beat them, which is crazy to think
Yeah,
the Sabres are beating
I was-
the Oilers. But
I was gonna say, when I was a kid, like the Sabres were really fucking good. Yeah, it was when Dominic Hasek was there, and it was
Yeah,
just, like,
yeah.
like late
Albany was
'90s, they
fun.
went on a run there, and just like fuck, like oh,
even when I was growing up in the early 2000s, like the Sabres were still good. They're decent, like be in contention. And now, like I think that they're going on year 14 or 15 of not making the playoffs.
Yeah,
It
something
just
like
sucks.
that.
At least the Bills are good. So I will
Bills are
take
doing
Bills,
good.
that.
as a Charger fan, like I believe there's a San Diego sports curse and this and that, and like I feel very bad. I consider myself a victim. You know, this is my plight as as like a straight white. Like this is the only really bad thing in my life. So it's like this is a big deal to me. But like every time I talk to people from like Buffalo or Detroit, I'm like, no, never mind. You guys have it worse than us. Like 'cause it's also cold. Like at least I have like the fucking beach down the street, and it's like 80 degrees and shit like that. Like it's
True.
like. And it's cold, and you went to 4 Super Bowls and lost them all, and it's just like
Brutal.
you
My
had to deal
dad's
with Tom Brady.
still feeling that one. Like
Yeah, like that's people like when the Bills win a Super Bowl, I'm gonna think of your dad. Like,
yo, hell
yo,
yeah.
I'm gonna be thinking of your dad a lot. Yeah,
That's
I'm
sick.
thinking of that. Like, but
I
like it's
appreciate
guys like that where it's like, goddamn, these men like that who spend their whole life probably blue collar guy. This
Yeah,
that's like
especially a town like Buffalo.
all they got is the fucking bill,
All
and
they
they're
got, yeah.
are they ever gonna fucking see it in their lifetime? And then they finally fucking get it. It's just like those people fucking deserve it. You know what I mean? Like that's like it's like it sounds. It's like that's one of the best. If that happened, that'd be one of the best moments of your dad's fucking life. You know?
Easily.
Legitimately.
And all
Probably,
his
yeah.
family and friends back in Buffalo and everybody else in Buffalo. It's a
Oh, hell
culture.
yeah.
Obviously, like Bills Mafia is just a culture. Like,
Yeah. Oh, it's insane. It's
Yeah.
insane. I want to get put through a table so fucking bad.
Me too.
So bad.
let's go. We should all, pull up to a Buffalo game one day. That'd be
Right? Yeah. Yeah. If honestly, fuck, next time we play you guys, I might find a bullshit fucking. And they have the new stadium open. I would love to fucking go. Yeah, I have a lot of. I have a deep respect for Buffalo, Western New York in general. The buffalo wing is my favorite food. New York, like I said, New York City. As a West Coaster, pains me to say, but is the most magical, greatest city on the fucking planet. So I'm very jealous of you guys there. Before we wrap up here, where do these people find you on the internet? Is the question we ask.
at Tiger Wood. That's Tiger WOULD Band. Our TikTok is Tiger Wood Band, and same with our Instagram. And find us on Spotify at Tiger Wood.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up here, real quick, last thing. Do you have any word you'd like to say about or to the other Tiger Wood who may share this intellectual property, the golfer?
Yo, if you're seeing this, Tiger Woods, you're the GOAT. And I hope that you appreciate our band and
hell yeah,
don't sue us. But I like to think that Tiger Woods would think this is funny and enjoy it.
You would get a kick out of it. Yeah.
Right? Like, I genuinely think you would get a kick out of it. Maybe that's the delusion in me, but I'm like...
I'd be honored. Like that'd be fucking cool.
Right?
Yeah, I'd be like cool. Yeah, and it's not like the names are close enough where if he was a business dickhead, he's like if you were like Tiger Wood WOD, it's like well that could be a confusing thing.
Right.
Tiger Wood trademark team, but it's like it's different fucking words. It's silly. I mean, and he's got bigger fish to fry. The dude's got like 75 girlfriends and stuff like that. Like he's got other personal demons he's got to sort out. But
right now.
It's gonna be tough to fucking surpass that other Tiger in terms of like greatness and stuff like that. It'll be easy to overpass him in personal relationships and things like that. But I do wish you guys well, and I hope you become the most fucking biggest Tiger Wood that's ever happened.
Yo, thank you so much, Rob. Yeah.
We'll
Thank
be
you
our
for
own
joining
team.
us.
Yeah, absolutely. We got one more thing. Get in frame. We got these.
Oh, I'm not
Oh,
wearing
you're not wearing it? Yo, you just wearing a bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah, get in
Yeah,
frame.
right
Zach.
there,
We
right
got-
there.
Why don't I pull up a little
We
bit?
got Tiger Woods
Yeah,
start a
let's
Midwest
put the
emo
fucking
band
pitch here.
hoodies.
Yes, those just went
Yay.
on your fucking band or
Yeah.
on your site.
Yeah.
Link in bio if you want to. Link in our Instagram bio or TikTok bio if you want to get one. And Rob, you send us our address and your size. We're gonna send you one for hooking up the podcast.
You guys,
and
are
everything.
gonna,
We
you
really
guys are gonna
appreciate
make
you.
me so cool. That sweater is gonna. All my sweaters just have these goddamn lightning bolts and stuff on them, and it's miserable.
Oh, we got it.
I
We
need some,
send you a
I
Tiger
need some
one for
sweaters
sure.
that don't make
Let's
me,
go.
that don't make people think that like I'm like a, like a. Like one of those dudes or something
yeah,
like same
bro.
thing where it's like just a couple fellas wearing the sports sweaters. It's like, hey, we're just guys, but like sometimes might make people like uncomfortable. They might think you're like some fucking dickhead bro or something. I
Like
gotta mix it
frat
up.
dude, like yeah.
Right. I had a guy. I was at the weekend. I was seeing the weekend at SoFi Stadium, and I was wearing like a denim jacket. And I guess I just probably. I mean, in LA too. Here it's very diverse, and like I must have just been one of the older white guys. And someone came up to me and was legitimately like, "Hey, let's go, Brandon." Right. And I was like, "Oh
No.
fuck!"
I don't
you,
think
you,
so.
You,
Never
thought, like, you think I'm
yeah.
You think I'm like,
Yeah,
oh
that's like almost
shit.
That's like offensive. That is. It's just,
I no. I legit was like
don't take me like that.
What did I like? What?
Whoa.
Is it? What did I do to give you? Like, is it the jacket? Like, is it a vibe?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I really looked inside I didn't feel good. I didn't feel good about
No,
myself.
I don't think it's on you. I think it's more so some people are like okay with their personal politics being really fucked up, and
And they honestly, I think it was like a projection thing. It's like, hell yeah, like this
Projection
dude,
thing,
I was, he's wearing a denim jacket. Yeah, he's good with this and that. It's like, brother, it's cold outside. It's
Right.
63 degrees in
yeah,
LA.
I'm wearing
This
a
is
jacket.
winter.
Like
Yeah. And it's LA, so a denim jacket means something completely different than like
Yeah.
in
I was just trying to be like I can't just like throwing on that like blue collar chic sometime like
Right.
like this and that like it's pretend like I just
Course.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Carhartt in Brooklyn.
yeah I was
is
just it's
very
like a
different
car thing
than
like I don't wear the car but like
upstate New
it's the same
York.
kind of thing like these nails ain't never seen dirt bro like
Yeah, for real.
well thank you for joining me. Angel work on the hoodie. I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna take you up on that.
Yeah, right
cannot fucking wait to see what you guys have in store. Thank you, Tiger Woods.
Thank you so much
you.
for having us.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was awesome.
This show is a part of the Never a Phase Network, a collective of creators dedicated to keeping the spirit of the scene alive. Our network of creators make social media content, they share music news and reviews, and of course bring you great podcast content. For more information, please visit neveraphasenetwork.com and follow Never a Phase Network on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
Hey man, it's your boy Petty Hendrix, man. You tuned in to Emo Kids Anonymous. Check it out, you did.